Consider supporting the work of Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian by becoming a monthly patron. Your contributions will help keep the resource alive and support its mission. Visit patreon.com/NAHblog to learn more and make a contribution of $3, $5, $10, or $20 per month. Again, that's patreon.com/NAHblog. You can start or stop anytime. Thank you for listening. Welcome to the Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian podcast. I'm your host, Relando Tompkins-Jones. I'm a social worker, social justice educator, writer, organizational consultant, and now podcaster who works to build more equitable and inclusive communities. I am also an aspiring humanitarian. My experiences have shown me that in the process of working for social justice outwardly, it's also important for us to continue to critically examine ourselves, shedding attitudes and behaviors that are oppressive to make room for those that are more inclusive, just, and humanitarian. What is an aspiring humanitarian, you ask? When I say humanitarian, I don't mean humanitarian in the harmful sense of placing ourselves in the role of a benevolent hero who's there to swoop in and save others. I mean dedicating one's life, time, and energy to honoring the ways that our destinies are intertwined. It's about accepting the lifelong pursuit to become more humane to those around us, with the recognition that we lose important parts of our humanity when we allow and enable the suffering of others. It means acknowledging our many contradictions and complications and aspiring to do more, aspiring to do better. It means acknowledging that systems of oppression exist by design and not by accident, and working towards an individual and collective transformation that includes an unshakable belief that our society's safety, viability, survival, and ability to thrive is only as secure as our most marginalized community members. Since 2011, my blog, Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian, has been a place where I've written and curated content on issues of equity and social justice. Through using written word, film, and video, and other forms of media for social justice education, I hope to continue to expand and enrich the narratives about social issues that face our society and to find ways to take action while encouraging others to do the same. Today, the blog and now the podcast is for others who share a passion for that same journey. No matter who you are, where you come from, what your identities are, or what area of work you're in, there's room enough for all of us in this work, and I hope that engaging with the podcast or the blog can move you closer to discovering or reaffirming your answers to the questions that you may have about how you can best be of service. Thank you for choosing the Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian podcast. I'm your host, Relando Tompkins-Jones. This week's entry is dedicated to Black people everywhere. We know it's Black History Month, but what we also know is that we make Black history every day. So for this week's entry, although brief, I wanted to take some time and share a bit of imagery that I keep in my mind that helps put things into perspective for me when I'm feeling stuck and unproductive and unsure when it comes to working for racial equity and justice. I've had this imagery in my mind for some years now, and although I'd like to, I've never actually been able to translate it from my own mind onto, say, a canvas or picture or a drawing or something. And I would love to do that so I can just put it on my wall and look at it. So in addition to hoping that it resonates with you in some way, one of the reasons why I'm sharing it out loud here again is because I'm hoping that perhaps by saying it out loud, that might give me a better picture of what I might want to do in terms of constructing my own picture of this for myself. But then, hey, maybe you're hearing this and you're an artist or you know an artist out there who might want to try to construct this for yourselves. So contact me if you feel like you can do that. But here it goes, recognizing that we make Black history every day. Before me, I see a sea of bodies, gathered together in a similar way to those who gathered at the National Mall during the March on Washington in 1963. A massive sea of people. Beneath the surface of this sea, I see layers upon layers of Black people. The people who are at the bottom are using whatever they have to hold up the people above them, both facing and pushing them upward. So they're looking up as well as pushing with whatever they have at the same time. Those who are being held and pushed upwards are also using whatever they have to support the people above them, and this pattern repeats. They are our predecessors. The surface of this sea of people is constantly moving. Just as waves in the ocean can rise up and come down, waves of people come up from the surface and return to it. The ones rising from the surface are the babies and the youth. Their upward trajectory is representative of our life journey, where we're presented with obstacles and opportunities to grow, to learn, and work in service to others. And when we complete that journey and crash below the surface, we then become numbered among those who make up the supportive foundation of people, being held up by the ones who came before, and then holding up the lives of those who are to come after, with each new generation's wave reaching higher than the last because of the work that was done by their predecessors on their behalf. So when I'm feeling scared or stuck or ineffective, this imagery reminds me that I'm just one part of a larger continuum of folks who have committed themselves to working for progress, equity, and positive social change. It reminds me to stay consistent and to be patient because I'm committed to a purpose that's much larger and much more important than how I might be feeling at a particular moment, particularly when feeling ineffective and just unsure of things. Recognizing that, hey, I'm just one part of a larger whole of folks who have been doing this for a long time. Thinking of things in that way reminds me to keep pushing so that when it's my turn to crash below the surface of this sea, I'll be able to say that what I've done can serve to move the next wave even further. So, even though it's Black History Month, starting right now, it's going to be ending. It's important to recognize and honor the fact that by existing, by doing the work that we do, having the relationships that we have, seeking the joy that we seek, finding it as well, we make Black history every day. We make ways where there are none, and we've made waves where there were none. We endure, we persevere, we rise, we survive, we fly, in spite of living in a society that is constantly trying to erase us. We each have a place in this sea of life. And when we're gone, what we've done will live on. So accept and honor all emotions that you feel in whatever phase you are in when it comes to working for collective Black liberation. And recognize that we make Black history every day. Recognize that we are connected to a larger whole and a longer history of folks who have been doing this and pushing and pushing and pushing with whatever they have, and that we have a place in that. So, artists, if you're out there and you think you can put this down, let me know. And I'll work on my end to do that too. In addition to just sending out an affirmation to you that Black lives matter. Your life matters, my life matters. We honor the ones who have gone before, and we'll do our very best to create conditions that make it easier for the ones to come after. We make Black history every day. Let's do this. Thanks again for choosing the Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian podcast. I look forward to engaging with you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a review and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. To find show notes for this and additional episodes, visit podcast.notesfromanaspiringhumanitarian.com. Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian is a labor of love and will continue to be. Consider supporting the work of Notes from an Aspiring Humanitarian by becoming a monthly patron. Your contributions will help keep this resource alive and support its mission. Visit patreon.com/NAHblog to learn more and make a contribution of $3, $5, $10, or $20 per month. Again, that's patreon.com/NAHblog. You can start or stop anytime. Thank you for joining me this week. Take care.